Hello and welcome back to this video where we're now going to continue with this knife handle. So far we have built this section here, and now we're going to do the middle, and then after that we'll do this very end piece, and then once we have done that we'll then start to go back into some of these sections and add the higher detail information. So we need to do a few things here. We need to, first of all, we need to select this, and we need to turn off Turbo Smooth, and instead of deleting it, I'm just going to check this little light bulb icon next to it, and it will turn it off. And sorry, that's symmetry, and there's a Turbo Smooth. And the reason for that is we want the ability to mimic some of this detail here. So what we're going to do here is take this and ring, and we're going to choose to connect, and bring this down like so. So now if we turn on the Turbo Smooth, okay, looks like we did that in the wrong area there. So this needs to be connected, and it actually needs to be up here. So now if we go to Turbo Smooth, you see that we are now retaining that detail right there, which is exactly what we want. So the next thing we want to look at is separating this middle section. So again, we're going to go to the see-through mode. We are going to add another connect here, and I'm going to bring this over there, and what we can do is just manipulate these back areas here to better represent the shape. So we can pull this up and do something like that. Now we can select this, and again we can detach this to, oh sorry, I should say from the main part of the mesh here. So we're going to choose detach. Press OK, and high selection. Okay, great. So if we turn on the Turbo Smooth, you can see that we have this. This is what we have so far. So next thing we need to do is we're going to add this sort of beveled section here. So we are going to select all three of these. We're going to choose Inset. And here's what we're going to do. We want to select these top parts, and we are going to go under to where it says Y, and we want to click that, and this will align everything in the Y axis. And so from here we can move these into place, and I think this one is, yep, it is X. So we're just going to align all these on X, just to make things nice and smooth here. So we're going to also do some, Y, which is great, and we can move these and so on and so forth. So once we have that, we can now move this over here. We can move this there, and we can move this down. So once we've done that, here's what we can do now. We can now inset this just a little bit, and I'm just going to push this in, and then I'm going to choose extrude, pull this in to around about I want the thickness of the text here. And now if we turn on Turbo Smooth, we can have a look at the result here. So you can see it resembles fairly close to sort of how smooth this is. There is a slight difference, and so we're going to compensate for that. So we're going to ring and connect there, and we want to do the same thing here. So we're going to choose ring and connect, and we just want to slide this or I should say, yeah, we want to slide this so it roughly resembles the same over here. So once I've done that, I can select these top vertexes, and I'm going to go down here to where it says edge, and what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to move these vertexes without destroying the shape, as it's going to be moved along the edge itself. So we can do this to all of these, and again we can now turn this to none, and then start to select these various different vertexes and start to better get a shape. Okay, so now if we go to Turbo Smooth, now this is what we can see. We have that indentation, which is great. And if we turn this on, okay, we turn Turbo Smooth on this, you can see we have these two parts. Now, here's what we need to fix. If we look here, you can see there's a gap between these, and we want to make it appear as if they are still together. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to select all these, and I'm going to pull these in with the scale tool, and then we can pull these along here. And so when we now, well, we need to fix this. We need to select this. I'm going to pull this in, and I'm also going to pull these down. So I'm just going to do this by hand here. So you'll just have to bear with me a few moments while I correct this. Okay, so you can see that we now have this like that, and we need to do the same here. So if we now, looks like we moved that out of place there. If we do the same thing here, let's just make sure that this, yep, all that is selected. And so if we move this into, again, we will need to deal with the fact that this is slightly off. So move this, and we need to do the same here, and we also need to do the same down here. So once we have done that, we'll just need to make one other altercation, or maybe a few other altercations actually, to make this appear properly. Okay, so once we have done that, you can see that now we have this issue on the corner here, so we need to fix that. So what we can do is, again, ring and connect, and do something along these lines. Okay, so now you can see that this actually looks as if it has a line. Now, there are a few things we can do here to clean this up a little, and I think the best thing to do is to turn on the vertex, click on show end result, and then just push these closer together. And this will really make it look much, much better. which is great. So now we have that, and we have this middle section. For this sort of stripes that go across here, we will be looking at adding that sort of towards the end of this this creation of this knife. So next thing we're going to look at is this back section here. So until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.